Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Monday, wherever you are. I hope that your weekend was a good one, full of rest, and of course, just hope you had some time to also just check in with those loved ones. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. Happy Monday to you, wherever you're joining us from, and welcome back. Thank you indeed for being here with us, and I hope that you continue to enjoy the amazing stories that we bring you here on Story Time. And of course, you can also send us your recommendations so we can bring them here to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining in. I had a good weekend, and I am ready for this week together, a week of beautiful stories. And as you know, April is a packed month, and of course too, apart from it being poetry month, it's also autism awareness month, and so much more that is happening. So we'll be bringing lots of books related to that, and of course we do have Earth Day as well, so Earth Week somewhere in there. We'll be trying to pack something as well. So yeah, lots to look forward to in April, and I'm excited for that, and I hope that you get to enjoy indeed all the amazing books that we will bring to you here on Storytime. And to kick us off this week, we do have one that is coming back, a beautiful one indeed, and this one coming to us from MARION, DANE, BAUER, and of course EKUA HOLMES, and this one is called The Stuff of Stars. This one coming to us today, and being read with permission of CANDLEWICK Press. A big thank you indeed to them for allowing us to share these wonderful books here on Storytime. So I hope you're ready, and I hope you enjoy this one indeed coming to us shortly. I love it so much, and I hope that you do too. Of course, always good to go back to some of our favorites, but also bringing in lots of books this week, Autism Awareness Week, and so we're bringing some books just to remind us of how we can be supportive community members and indeed aware of our colleagues that are living with autism in our neighborhoods and that we can best support. Thank you so much for being here with us, and of course, looking forward to see who else is with us here on Storytime. Welcome indeed, and thank you for being here with us. Good morning to you, Kennedy Kapolyo Kampamba from Turkey. It has been a minute. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Good to see you here. I hope that everything is going well. And you say, yes, long time indeed watching from Turkey, and I'm from eating Nshima. Well, you're making me hungry right now, Kennedy Kapolyo Kampamba. And for those of you that do not know, Nshima is Zambia's staple. That's our staple. That's our food. I know a few friends that will have Nshima for breakfast, Shima for lunch, and Shima for dinner, and maybe even snack. Who knows? But it is that loved. It is that loved. Nshima all the way. Thank you so much for joining in, Kennedy Kapolyo Kampamba. But I hope that Nshima doesn't put you to sleep, because it has tend to hold heavy and definitely make you drowsy for sure. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope that you enjoyed the story, or maybe it will be the perfect lullaby for you this evening out there in Turkey. Thank you so much for joining us, and glad that you are here with us. Good morning to you. How are you doing? Kristen, Coster, and Owen, how are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining us, and glad that you're here out there in Massachusetts. And of course, sending you hugs, 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 and glad that you're here with us on Storytime. Good morning to you. Happy Monday. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you indeed. Good morning to you. How are you doing today? Amanda, Wes, Sarah, and Nathan in a brilliantly blue Illinois. Well, thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Glad that you're here indeed with us, and thank you for bringing your brilliant light to this community. Thank you so much for being here. Absolutely appreciate you, Sarah and Nathan, and of course Amanda West. Jamie, how are you doing as well? Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Glad we're here together. Good morning to you, Clara. How are you doing? And of course, Erin, good morning to you. As they both had birthdays at the end of March. It's sunny and pleasant today in Massachusetts. Well, happy belated birthday to both of you, Erin and Clara. And of course, good morning to you, Tara McNamara. Thank you so much for being here with us. And of course, out there in Massachusetts, where it is pleasant, sunny and pleasant. Well, enjoy it. Thank you so much for being here. We did get well, in the recent conditions, a very unusually warm day out here in Oakland yesterday. It was brilliant. It was fantastic. So today I hope that we have another day that is just as good. Thank you so much for joining in, and good to see you here. Erin, Clara, Tara McNamara, and of course joining us out there in sunny and pleasant Massachusetts. Thank you so much for being here with us. We'll hop on to Kentucky. Thank you so much for joining in, Ari and Megan. Good morning to you, and I hope that you enjoy the wonderful story that we have for you today. Thank you so much for joining in. Get ready for this one, coming in from CANDLEWICK Press, and of course this one is written by MARION, DANE, BAUER, and illustrations by EKUA, HOLMES. And yes, excited to share this one for the 18th time here on Storytime. It's warmer than earlier, and the sun is out. Well, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you for sharing that, Ari, and of course Megan. And I hope that indeed this wonderful book that we have today can match that sunshine that you're having out there in Kentucky. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning to you, Sharon Lungo, and of course Soraya, back to school after break. That can be the hardest day, but also the funnest day as well too. As you go back, hopefully you see all your friends that you haven't seen in a little bit. I hope that you have fun. I did have a good break indeed. Thank you, and hope you had a good break as well. Enjoy your day back at school, and I hope it is one that eases you back into the routine of school. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get ready, get comfortable, get cozy, as we'll be bringing you our story for today. But of course, before then too, remember that Marietta Apollonia will be here on Storytime on May 11th, 2023. Yes, she'll be here with her brand new book, Jack the Library Cat. And also we have two guests coming to Storytime before then. We do have one coming this Friday. Do look out. We will have Miss Tiffany Golding with a brand new book, and look out for that one as well coming up. And then we'll also have, who else is joining us on Tuesday? Oh yeah, we do have Gabby Lala who'll be joining us. Look out for that. Get ready to sing some songs with us here on Storytime. I'll catch you on the other side of this short break when we are back for more Storytime.
Hi, friends. I hope you're enjoying today's story on Storytime with Mr. Lamata. I know I am. My name is Angela Dalton, and I'm the author of picture books, including If You Look Up to the Sky, Show the World, and Ruby's Reunion Day Dinner, all of which you can hear Mr. Lamata read right here on Storytime with Mr. Lamata. I hope you continue to enjoy today's story, and I hope to see you soon. Okay, bye.
Thank you indeed, Angela Dalton. As she mentions, there are amazing books, including To Boldly Go. So if you've not found that one yet at your local library, oh, I urge you to go today and pick it up. It is a beautiful one indeed. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Sonny Wengwenya, thank you so much for joining us all the way out in Lusaka, Zambia. Thank you for being here with us. I hope that you are having a lovely Monday, and indeed I hope that you enjoy the wonderful story that we do have together today. Thank you so much for joining in, and of course, love to you and the family, of course. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Maple, thank you for being here with us on Storytime as well. Ari, Megan, and Maple joining us out there in Kentucky. Are you ready for today's story? All right, here we go. This one is called The Stuff of Stars, and it is written by DANE, BAUER, and illustrations by EKUA, HOLMES. And yes, April is Poetry Month, so just happy to share this beautiful book, this beautiful poem, this beautiful poetry that is packaged in this wonderful book, The Stuff of Stars. Here we go. This deep purple here, so beautiful. I hope that when you get the book, you get a chance to look at that. The Stuff of Stars, written by DANE, BAUER, illustrations by EKUA, HOLMES, and we're reading this one with permission of the publishers, CANDLEWICK Press. In the dark, in the dark, in the deep, deep dark, a speck floated, invisible as thought, weighty as God. There was yet no time, there was yet no space, no up, no down, no edge, no center. Wow. Can you imagine that? Yeah. In the dark, in the dark, in the deep, deep dark, a speck floated, invisible as thought, weighty as God. There was yet no time, there was yet no space, no up, no down, no edge, no center. No earth with soaring hawks, scuttling beetles, trees reaching for the sky. There was no sky, no you, no me, only the speck, waiting, waiting. Oh, yes, no you, no me, only the speck, waiting, waiting. And then the beginning of all beginnings went bang. Yes, there was only the speck, waiting, waiting. And then the beginning of all beginnings went bang. And in a trillionth of a second, our universe was born. A cloud of gas unfolded, unfurled, zigged, zagged, stretched, collided, expanded, expanded, and expanded some more. Bits bumped, gathered, and fused. Wow. And in a trillionth of a second, our universe was born. Yeah. A cloud of gas unfolded, unfurled, zigged and zagged, stretched, collided, expanded, and expanded, and expanded some more. Bits bumped, gathered, and fused. And throughout the cosmos, stars caught fire. Trillions of stars, but still no planets to attend those stars. And if no planets, well, then no oceans, no mountains, no hippopotami, no violets blooming in a shady wood, no crickets singing to the night, no day, no night. Yes. And throughout the cosmos, stars caught fire. Trillions of stars, but still no planets to attend those stars. And if no planets, well, then no oceans, no mountains, no hippopotami, no violets blooming in a shady wood, no crickets singing to the night, no day, no night. The stars burned and burned. They burned so long and so hot that some of them exploded, flinging stardust everywhere. Whoa. It's like a fireworks show, isn't it? The stars burned and burned. They burned so long and so hot that some of them exploded, flinging stardust everywhere. And the ash of those dying stars gathered into planets, and the planets circled other stars. But still, no bluebirds, no butterflies, still no snails, no giraffes, still no you, no me. Yeah. And the ash of those dying stars gathered into planets, and the planets circled those stars. But still, no bluebirds, no butterflies, no snails, no giraffes, still no you, no me. Whoa. The planets closest to their star stayed very hot. The stars far away, well, grew very cold. The stardust, the ash circled those stars. The planets closest to their star stayed very hot. The ones far away grew very cold. But one lucky planet, a fragile blue ball we call Earth, was neither too far nor too near. It circled its yellow star, the one we call the sun, from just the right distance and with just the right tilt to be sometimes warm and sometimes cool. Yes, one lucky planet, a fragile blue ball we call Earth, was neither too far nor too near. It circled its yellow star, the one we call the sun, from just the right distance and with just the right tilt to be sometimes warm and sometimes cool. Perfect for turning that starry stuff into mitochondria, into jellyfish, spiders, into ferns and sharks, and into daisies and galloping horses. Again and again, stardust gave birth to stardust. Oh. I love this page. Perfect for turning that starry stuff into mitochondria, into jellyfish, spiders, into ferns and sharks, into daisies and galloping horses. Again and again, stardust gave birth to stardust. I love the juxtaposition there of galloping horses and daisies, strong and the delicate. Dinosaurs lived and died, making the room for humans. Our great 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 grandparents and all before them lived and died, making room for more and more children. Dinosaurs lived and died, making room for humans. Our great 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 grandparents and all before them lived and died, making room for more and more children. Then one day, in the dark, in the dark, in the deep, deep dark, another speck floated, invisible as dreams, special as love. Yes. Then one day, in the dark, in the dark, in the deep, deep dark, another speck floated, invisible as dreams, special as love. And it was waiting, waiting, dividing, changing, growing, until at last you burst into the world. Oh, yes. Another speck floated, invisible as dreams, special as love, waiting, waiting, dividing, changing, growing, until at last you burst into the world. You took a big breath of the same air once breathed by woolly mammoths. You cried tears that were once salty seas, your hair once the carbon in a leaf. Yeah. You took a big breath of the same air once breathed by woolly mammoths. You cried tears that were once salty seas, your hair once the carbon in a leaf. You and the velvet moss, the caterpillars, the lions, you and the singing whales, the larks, the frogs. Yeah. You and the velvet moss, the caterpillars, the lions, you and the singing whales, the larks, the frogs. You and me, loving you, all of us, the stuff of stars. Oh, yes, indeed. You and me, loving you, all of us, the stuff of stars. And that is the end of our book today. Thank you so much for joining me on Storytime. Absolutely love that book. I hope that you enjoyed it too. I'll catch you on the other side of this very short break.
Hi, everyone. I'm Amanda with Amanda Weltman Photography. I'm a photographer and printmaker based in the Pacific Northwest, and I believe that your face deserves wall space. Enjoy today's story time with my favorite storyteller, Mr. LaMotta.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you, Amanda Waltman, and of course, Amanda Waltman Photography out there in Seattle, Washington. Thank you so much for joining in. Yes, you and me, loving you. All of us, the stuff of stars. Remember that today. Thank you so much for joining in. The stuff of stars that you are. Thank you for being here with us on Storytime. Remember, you're special. You're meant to be here. And of course, we love you and we hope that you continue to live your life the way you do. And yes, continue being authentically you. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you. And indeed, may we show our love to the world and may we continue to play our part in making this our communities more welcoming spaces, our places of understanding. And of course, remember that we'll always keep learning. We'll always keep learning, keep growing, right? Like like the saying goes, do the best every time, do your best. And then, of course, until do your best until you know better. And when you know better, do better. I love that one. And I hope that today, too, we're encouraged to continue learning. And of course, when we mess up, when we make mistakes, it is okay. It is part of the learning process for as long as we learn something from them and do better next time. Absolutely appreciate you being here with us. I hope that you enjoyed that wonderful story that we had. And remember, too, we mentioned that April, apart from it being with Earth Day, Earth celebrations, we also have Poetry Month, but it is also Autism Awareness Month. And we bring to you a special book tomorrow. Coming back to story time, this one is called A Friend for Henry, and this one is by Jen C. Bailey and illustrations by Mika Song. Thank you so much for joining in, and I hope that tomorrow you can join us for this wonderful book, A Friend for Henry, coming back to story time after a little while. But it is back. It is here and helping us indeed remind us of how we can be the good members of our communities, indeed helping each other. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Let us see one more time who was with us here on Storytime, enjoying that wonderful story. Thank you indeed, Kennedy Kapolio Kampamba. I hope you're still awake out there in Turkey, where you just had a beautiful, some amazing, delicious nshima. I am guessing. Thank you so much for joining in, and indeed thank you for being here with us. Good to see you after a long while. Christine Costa and of course Owen, thank you so much for joining us out there in Massachusetts. Thank you for being here. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you indeed for being here with us. Sarah and Nathan, and of course Amanda West out there in a brilliantly blue Illinois. Thank you for being here with us. Absolutely appreciate you, and thank you indeed for being here with us on Storytime. Appreciations to you all around. Tara McNamara, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, Erin and Clara. And to you, of course, we say too, happy belated birthdays. You celebrated them at the end of March. And of course, you're saying today it is sunny and pleasant out there in Massachusetts. Thank you so much for sharing. And I hope that your day is equally beautiful. Thank you so much for being here with us. Absolutely appreciate you. And out there where it is a little bit warmer today out in Kentucky, thank you so much for joining us. Megan, Ari, and of course, we do not forget you, Maple, as well. Maple the cat. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. Good morning to you, Sharon Lungo, and of course, Soraya, wishing you a wonderful week ahead. But first of all, I think a wonderful day back after break. I know that can be the hardest day, but I hope that you have the most fun seeing your friends after a while. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. And I did have a great break. Sonia Ngwenya, thank you for joining us all the way out in Lusaka, Zambia. Hugs to you. Thank you for being here with us. Always good to see you. Libala in the house for sure. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime, and absolutely appreciate you. Maple, Ari, and Megan, one more time. Thank you for joining us out there in Kentucky. Friends, don't forget to join us tomorrow when we're back. A Friend for Henry, Jen C. Bailey, and Mika Song. And we'll be reading this one with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. As always, a big thank you indeed to Chronicle Books of San Francisco for allowing us to share so many wonderful books here on Storytime. And so you know too, their spring collection is out. Books are coming out slowly, but we'll be bringing them here to Storytime for your enjoyment, for your learning. Thank you so much for joining in. Love you, love you, love you. Everybody, love you so much. Thank you for joining in Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Please do not forget that Marietta Apollonia has a brand new book, and it is called Jack the Library Cat, and this one will be out on May 11th, and Marietta will be right here on Storytime celebrating with us, so please do join us for that one. Absolutely excited about it. Thank you so much for being here. Of course, today we did read The Stuff of Stars. Thank you so much to Marion Dane Bauer, and of course EKUA Holmes and Candlewick Press for allowing us to share that wonderful book here on Storytime. This has been Storytime for today. This has been been story time for this wonderful Monday morning. I hope that it is indeed wonderful for you as well. I hope that you have a wonderful week ahead, and we'll continue to see you here on Story Time. Remember, if you miss Story Time Live, you can always catch us for the recordings at 11 a.m. Pacific time and get to enjoy the books that were read in the morning and get to enjoy them. And of course, you can always leave us a message there too, so we know you were here with us. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Much love from me. Hugs, hugs, hugs to each and every one of you. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. Remember that we have a part to play. Yes, we may be a small speck in our communities, but we are indeed the stuff of stars. And I hope that we go out there and shine brilliantly. Thank you so much for being here with me on Story Time. Much love from me. And I'll see you again tomorrow when we're back with more Story Time. And of course, Henry will be joining us tomorrow too. Much love from me. Bye-bye, friends. See you tomorrow.
Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. Ooh, story time. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.